Well, welcome back, and I should apologise. The last Pathfinder, well, kind of apologise, it's not my fault, but technical issues. The last Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous we were recording, partway through it, and we had another fight against things that could nuke our strength, shadows. The bloody computer decided to crash. Maybe I shouldn't have been running it for 5 or 6 days, running all kinds of things on it all the time. Yeah, my fault maybe. Alright, so we've lost some, and we can only get back to it. You can do us a favour, and you might not feel like it after that little introduction. Smack that like and subscribe, will you? We're trying to grow. Send us a comment and I'll respond. And there'll be links at the end of the video for things you might enjoy. Now, we had another fight. 2 shadows this time, as well as all the zombies, resulting in death's door. Oh, God. And drain, and drain.
Don't mind me.
No one stands in my way.
Wrong.
We did beat the, we did win the fight, if you can call it that, but it was a bit of a Pyrrhic victory. The city has fallen at last. How glorious. Now I can stop pretending to be a shopkeeper and spend all my time on my true passion, reanimating the dead. There, you little bugger. You're the one who's brought this all on us. You little gnomish bugger.
Save the last one for me.
Alright, here we got. Whoa, 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 what's going on? Can you charge in? So at least you're healthy. Oh, you can't, can you?
Into the fray.
So much for fighting defensively.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Thought you meant to be fighting defensively. You're doing garbage. You might as well go for a range, because you've got no bloody strength at all.
I'll cut you wide open.
Well, that was nice. Get down here. Oh, that's Woljif. What am I doing?
Cover me, all right?
That was 3 damage. Vita. Now they're immune to Bane. We know that.
Die!
It's probably a bad move because you're. Yeah. Failed a saving throw against blindness. Oh, crap. Are you serious? Well, I guess you are, aren't
The
you?
light. Take you.
And then do lay on hands self. Plus 2's not going to help any, is it? Lan.
You won't survive me.
Well, that's something. That's also something.
The spirits demand your blood.
Well, Jiff.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
How about something at least? Read Morris.
Matricium Turinos.
Ooh. You can do
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
and lay on hands self. Lan.
endure this!
You are today's sacrifice!
Not if you miss, he's not.
Distract them for me.
How about you hit him? The dog's not attacking.
Hear you cry!
Well, Vita's knocked that one down. That's something. Oh! She's dead. I gotta use talent left scale on her. Alright. Otherwise she can die. I don't want to do that. You know what? Maybe I have to come back here. I need to get myself some healing going on. I think. So let's head out. And let's go back to the inn. This is a problem. Then we'll come back to the market square and carry on from there. Little random encounter. Hey Neo, who are you?
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check. Note to self. Bring a mirror next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment.
The woman produced a crumpled piece of paper from her sleeve and takes note.
An audience. Problematic, but not critical. You there, girl. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
Mad scientist, okay. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
She looks like one
So
of
on
us,
and so
but
forth.
she talks kind of weird. Who's there with you?
Cultist finger points your way.
Who? Oh, them. Just an audience. They don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment. In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause.
We got weirdo in the pack. In the name of... Okay, whatever.
Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
Glaive, isn't it? She produced a pencil from a room which framed that in the maze somewhere.
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his enemies with his horns.
These answers are wrong. The correct answer is
Told you.
Isobel, a glaive made of red adamantine. This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn. I would never have expected the followers of the great Baphomet to be baffled by such a simple question. Fine. Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
That I don't
A
know.
bull! Of course, everybody knows that.
No, wait, hang on. Minotaur? Let's see that somewhere.
Yep. And a cow.
Oh, Norox. Okay, I knew it was bull related somehow.
I'd like to ask you to stop prompting them, but it seems they could do with a prompt or two. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
You're a little bit crazy, aren't you, Nino?
Damn it! She's right. I'm a shitty
Yeah,
excuse
that's
for
true.
a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Hey, take it easy.
You could
We've
become
only
a
had
plowman's
2
lunch.
questions. You there? Come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
Ask them some more, they might still manage
Is
it.
there any sense in continuing? You cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
Would it be B-A-P-H-O-M-E-T?
B-A-F-A...
No.
Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions.
Yeah, not
I'm
working out
done
for you, is it?
here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Wait! You there! How dare you stir up discord in our ranks? Grab her and tie her up! And her entire entourage, too!
Oh, you
The
can try.
experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
I think they want to hit you, Nino. The woman makes a note, she raises her eyes.
Save the last one for me.
Alright then. Sealer, you want to charge in? You missed. Nino,
Cover me, all right?
that's not bad. That kind of sucked. Amelia, can you get in there? No. Can you get in there? No,
I'll
but you
cut
can
you
get close.
wide open.
One.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Die!
This is not the end.
Alright, that's fine so far.
Into the fray!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Amelia?
The spirits demand your blood.
You won't survive me.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Distract them for me.
He's almost down.
You are today's sacrifice.
The absence of an answer is an answer to... Okay. Who's that weirdo? We have a crippling injury. Wonderful. Just what we bloody well need.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, girl? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science? Let's proceed with the experiment. My first question is simple. Which colors does the goddess Iomade prefer?
The woman turns over a crumpled piece of paper on to the blank side. Absolutely convinced the correct answer is red and white. Alright, red and white then.
This answer is correct. It is comforting to meet at least one educated person in the melting pot of ignorance that is Canabras today. Let's proceed. Did Aradin take part in any crusade before he died?
You know for sure that Aaron died not long before the world wound opened and the First Crusade began. Well then, no, he didn't.
Your answer is correct. Aradin's death dates to 4606, and that is precisely the year when the world wound was opened. The First Crusade started back in 4622. Your knowledge would make Mendev's crusaders proud. My final question is, what is the title that Arilu Vorlesh bears? Is she the architect of the world wound? the Lord of the Labyrinth, or the Border Inquisitor of the Shapeless Abyss?
Don't know the answer, but thank the gods you're lucky enough to have only 3 options to choose from. Who are you? What is all this about?
I am the one asking questions here. Answer them, and then I'll satisfy your curiosity.
Alright, I think it's a female character. It's probably not Lord of the Labyrinth. Architect of
That's
Wolverine?
correct. Most excellent. You successfully answered all of my questions. Splendid. Amazing. This is a breakthrough. I thank you for your cooperation.
Now, you're going to tell me what this
Seems to me
is?
that I owe you an explanation.
A little bit.
My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the great Encyclopedia Galarianica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Alright. Now you can finally tell me what you were getting at with all these
It is
questions.
so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader. And I must admit that you passed the test with flying colors. This does offer a glimmer of hope for the future of Crusade. I have always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It pleases me to see that I was correct.
Good to see that mistaken little prejudice exists in this world too. Oh god. So you're trying to say I'm mediocre?
Yes.
Not the right answer. Oh. Oh, it's Miss Oblivious, isn't it? Now you can finally tell me what you... Ninios can't you from so... Why do you keep calling me girl? I have a name, you know.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
Remember, isn't Severine. Shall we join
Do
forces?
you wish to become my follower? To
No, other way
accompany me on
around,
my
love.
expeditions to the world wound? To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me? Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid! Of course, I agree. Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
Where's science? Would you join forces? You'll have to follow my instructions during our expeditions.
What? Oh, yes, the dangers and these battles. Of course, I will follow your orders. I place my life in your capable hands, so I can focus on the things that really matter.
Ninio focuses wandering eyes on you. I agree.
Excellent. You're hired. To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer.
What offer? I asked you!
Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place. I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
Okay. Let's see who she is, shall we? She's a scroll savant. Some wizards consider scrolls a natural extension of magical abilities. Not sure I care for them, for that idea. But we'll see. Also, are there any that she can learn? Yep. What about you, Wally? Can you get that copied at all? Yes. Alright then. Scroll Savant, huh? Yeah, I just don't know that I want that. For now, it'll certainly work. Yep, for now it'll certainly work, but maybe not long term. We'll just have to see.
Can't hide from me.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Ah.
Move out.
Area. Oh, hang on. No area exit. Onward to the inn. And with that, let's pop into the inn and see if we can get some healing going on. I wonder where our lass is, by the way. Oh, we need to talk to Fawn as well, don't we, while we're here? Oh, I also need to talk to Staunton about the guy. Where is he? Where's Nino? Go chat with Nino, shall we? On that Staunton, I think, is it? Girl, I am pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, I have a follower to aid me is most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. Nino catches a breath. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. Happy to help. Hand in hand, we will unravel the greatest mysteries inaccessible to the minds of ordinary people. Just imagine it. I, leading the way, proudly staring into the face of the gods themselves, and you, my loyal follower. You're delusional. Walking behind me every step of the way, writing down my deepest thoughts and admiring the profundity of my intellect. If we hold hands, you won't be able to go in front of me and lead the way. You are the catalyst which, when it reacts with my intelligence, will allow the latter to grasp the very essence of the earth itself. You always express your delight so effusively. What? Who are you? Nino stares at you for a while, bewilderment in her eyes, then it's replaced by recognition. Oh yes, my new follower. So what am I supposed to do? Oh yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievements, and yet try to induce you to strive for more of such success. That is a principle underpinning that underpins any training. She frowns only for an instant. Ah, I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologise for putting you in such an awkward position. I'll never praise you again unless I forget. But let's get back to the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley lying between Canabres and Dresden, as soon as is reasonably practicable. I'll mark it at your place on a map with a red cross so you won't forget. Special about the ruins. I'm glad you asked. That is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up this opportunity to share it with you because you are my most loyal follower. Oh, someone slap her. You are worthy of possessing such knowledge. Nino rubs her nose. And also because you are the first person to ever ask me about it. I wonder why that might be. Some time ago I was walking around the border of the World Wound when I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed grey robe. That's the one we need to talk to. And his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Oh, maybe not. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about the reasons for his absurd appearance. And do you know what he said to me? He said, I am the answer, but what is the question? Then he walked off in the direction of the World Wound. The next day, after I'd already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time, I met an elven woman, judging by the pointed ear sticking out from behind the mask. I am the answer, but what is the question, she said before walking off toward the World Wound. And then I realised, everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. And Neo rubs the tip of her nose. After all these geysers weren't simply on their way to the costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined that they were all heading in one direction. To a place not far from Canabres, a place which is marked as Nameless Ruins, even on the ancient Sarkorian maps. Where I need to go, unravelling the secret, that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history. How do you know where we have to go? You know how to find a beehive in a forest? You need to catch 2 bees, then set them free in 2 different locations in the forest, and remember the directions they flew in. Then you take a map and draw a line showing the bees' routes. The place where the line's insect will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, the forest bees do not make any honey, Nino sighs. I use the beehive principle here too. For a couple of months I tracked the strange people in the masks and observed the direction in which they were travelling. I noticed. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimated routes, and made a discovery. All of the routes intersected at the Nameless Ruins not far from Canabres. What do you expect to find there? I haven't the slightest idea. If I knew that what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. These ruins aren't very far from Canabres. You could easily get there all by yourself. Why do you need me? Inio's eyes seem ready to pop out their sockets in surprise. Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place where who knows what might happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover workings of the universe. My mortal body may be unable to contain all the knowledge. Or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves. I need you to write down everything that happens and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. You know, these ruins of yours may turn out to be just that, ruins. Nino shrugs. In that case, we'll write this experiment off as a failure and start another one. I don't know which experiment I'll try next. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know, ta. Well, now you know, so off we go. None of your friends. Did you just say a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered poetic talent in myself. Yeah, I don't think you've discovered any talent in yourself. Let's conduct an experiment quickly. Say any word and I'll try to find a rhyme for it right away. Day. Says, Discari, go away. If you play, you'll need to pay. Every shade of colour grey. Okay. All the best rhymes, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. We learned that I have no poetic talent after all. Correct! Well said. Nino sighs. But it's no reason to despair. Having a gift of poetry in addition to exhaustive intellect would have been a little too much. Besides, I'm catastrophically busy. I have no time to spend writing poetry. I don't like it when you call me girl. My name's Peter Morris. On the grand scale, I have no reason to remember it. Yeah. Whatever. And that's Staunton. Let's get his information. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Grey Garrison. Name's Taunton Vane. If you've heard rumours about me. His face, which looks like it's never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me is true. I need to talk about the elf who calls himself Storyteller. You know where I can find him? A storyteller? Don stroked his beard in thought. A strange old fella, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realised that talking to him did indeed ease my burden a little. I hope that he's still alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too. But if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for me in the Black Wing. It's a library. Here. I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use the library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. I would sit there day and night. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor as bad as Erelu Valesh, that I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned, that Queen Galfrey should never have spared me, that I belong in the gallows. Why do they hate you so much? You really don't know? Staunton gives you a long, morose look, then sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in a fortress on the edge of the world wound, instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold in the wound, the mighty unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tired. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I'd done. So that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. Dwarf shrugged. As you can see, I've fixed nothing, and I've earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? You're given the chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what you've made of your own life. You think you're first to come to me with sermons? The dwarf shrugs indifferently. The whole city fell because of you. How is that possible? What do you mean, how? The knight glares at you from beneath his furrowed brows. You don't trust the word of a condemned? Go ask someone else, like my brother Joran. And if you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're going to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace, don't. You really don't have any friends? I couldn't have survived this long if I was completely alone. Joran, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the condemned console themselves by thinking I've got stripped of my rank. But at least I'm not Staunton. Commander Terebade seems to be the only person in the world, in the whole army, who remembers that I'm a soldier and not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She's had some mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. No surprise that she's the only one to hold on to a sense of reason in this farce. So many years in the condemned, surely you've paid your penance by now. Not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. Falls silent for a moment, then in a trembling voice adds, the condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I've prayed to Torak for forgiveness. The dwarf god. Countless times I've gone to his priest, with countless times I've kneeled before his altar. Only the father of dwarven kind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but to tell me that I am still one of his children. But it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? Yeah, I gotta go. Stop whining. Let's go have a sleep if we can. See if that'll get rid of the effect here. You're going to get anything out of this book of yours. You sell it, there's a chance you could get rich off it. Never even thought about it, tiefling boy. I am generally of the opinion that knowledge should be free. She's cleared up. Good.
No one stands in my way.
Good. Got her cleared up. Which means I should be okay to head back. Before I do though, we start by talking to him. Show me what you have. Lesser restoration, 300. I'll get them. Also, any weapons? Yes. I will admit I am very tired at this point, so we're going to end up once we've sold off this stuff. And then we will be back probably tomorrow. Keep the half plate in case I can give it to someone. Keep the banded mail as well. I'm not sure if that can go to someone. That's ingredients, isn't it? Potions. Scrolls, etc. Yeah, it is definitely time for me to turn in for the night. So, as we roll up here, there's links around to other gameplays you might enjoy. Please hit them up. The like and sub will help us grow if you use them, and drop us a line in the comments and I'll reply. See you then on.